9 months after the first intrusion attempt and 7 months after the clashes in Galwan, the Chinese have done it again. Provoked India at the border. There were clashes, this time in Sikkim. It happened last week at Naku La on the 20th of January. New Delhi says this was a minor face-off. Both sides suffered injuries. Commanders on both sides stepped in to resolve the matter. This was the third border clash in Sikkim in a month. The third. The borders are well defined in this area. But Indian and Chinese troops clash frequently in Naku La, especially after India began expanding its border infrastructure. There was a flare-up in Naku La in May last year as well. In June, Chinese troops attacked Indian soldiers in Ladakh, kicking off one of the longest-running border standoffs between India and China. So the tensions remain. The talks are still on, while thousands of soldiers maintain their tight watch on the border. What is China saying? It is denying India's claims, rejecting media reports, even calling the clashes, quote-unquote, fake news. The first denial came from Hu Shijin, the one and only, the editor-in-chief of Global Times, referring to an Indian media report. He said that there is no record of this clash, and the claims are simply fake news. Around the same time, the chief reporter of Global Times posted this, and she tagged WION in her post, accusing us of sharing fake news, while amplifying a Global Times report herself that once again peddles the same lie, that the clashes did not happen at all. Well, China may have blocked WION from the mainland, but they certainly haven't stopped watching us. Reporters in Beijing heard about the clashes too. They questioned Zhao Lijian, the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson, better known as Wolf Warrior-in-Chief. Zhao Lijian chose restraint over aggression this time for a change. He said that he does not know anything about these clashes.
Regarding the specific situation you mentioned, I have no information to provide you with. What I want to emphasize is that the Chinese border troops have always been committed to maintaining peace and tranquility in the China-Indian border region. China urges India to meet China halfway and refrain from any unilateral actions that may complicate or exacerbate the border situation. Properly manage differences and take practical actions to maintain peace and stability in border areas.
A predictable response. While the tensions persist at the border, yesterday both sides met for talks once again. The 9th round of commander-level talks. The last such meeting took place in November 2020. Both sides have met 9 times to end the standoff. But there's been no headway so far. The last round of talks, we are told, ended on a promising note. On Sunday, the Indian delegation had both diplomatic and military representation. Senior officials from the Indian Army as well as the Ministry of External Affairs participated in these talks. Reports say their conversation with the Chinese side went on for 15 hours, 1-5. India has been clear in its demands. It wants status quo ante, meaning a return of all troops to their original positions, as they were in April 2020, before the Chinese provocation began. India seems keen on keeping the channels of communication open. New Delhi would like to see this standoff ending swiftly. Despite promising a phased withdrawal on more than one occasion, China has not pulled back the PLA from several friction points, positions from where it could step up its military provocations, especially when the summer arrives. This, we can tell you, is a developing story. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.